Hello everyone, welcome back to more Let's Play Dr. Frank's Build a Boyfriend! Whew! A lot happened last episode. We actually built ourselves a boyfriend. A very, very sexy boyfriend. And had to go get him clothes so he wouldn't walk around naked. But unfortunately his arm fell off and we're out on a quest to get more arms. So we're at the graveyard, but unfortunately Silvius is here. And he won't go away. Let's see if we can make him go away somehow. And right now we had to stop in the middle of conversation because I had to save. And blah 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 blah. So we shall leave. So, last episode we actually picked up some weed grower, and as we found out, Silvius is actually a gardener. And he just so happened to have planted some flowers. Come on, activate. The button's a little bit sensitive, so you gotta make sure it is lighting up. I quickly dump all the powder on the roses, trying my hardest not to breathe in the dust. Vines, lion's maids, and other weeds start popping up immediately, covering up the roses that were there before. Well, that certainly did some damage. Oh no, we ruined poor Silvius's flowers. Oh no, he's gonna have to go and take care of them right now, hopefully. Hi there, Dr. Frank. Oh, never mind. I can't just start digging up body parts with him standing there. Alright, does that activate now, as it should? Hey, Silvius! I saw a whole bunch of weeds in the church. They're in that little box with your roses. Huh? My flowers! He rushes off. Alright. So, there was an extra dialogue. I don't know why that wasn't popping up, but you can ask him and say, hey, what's going to make you to leave this graveyard and go somewhere else? And he'll probably say, oh, it's my roses. If anything happened to them, I would go and have to check on them. And then that will give you the idea for the weed killer and blah 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 blah. Don't know why that didn't pop up though, but whatever. Quick, before he gets back. Use the shovel. Because we need to pick up some arms. Or a arm. I move to dig again when something strong grabs the end of my shovel. Papa! And yep, this is our monster. Isn't he beautiful? He's so happy. But boyfriend? Me too, me too. He grabs the shovel and starts digging in the grave, even with only a single hand. He puts to shame my own progress. He wanted to come find you. It's Iggs. For some reason, I'm happy to see him. Ah, so cute. What a great boyfriend. Wait, did anyone see him? Dr. Frank, you live in a nigh impenetrable mountain range. No, no one saw him. Touché. Oh, good, good. Oh! It seems that the monster had found something while digging. Iggs walks over to pick up the severed arm that he had quickly reburied in the wee hours of the morning. Now, how did we get this on again? My assistant starts to hand me a stapler from the arm, and then pulls back for a second thought. Are you sure about this, Dr. Frank? What? Come on, we have to get going. Give me the stapler. I mean, you're doing this all to get back at Dominic, right? Have you been paying any attention? I'm taking my revenge on him! And those stupid university types who... Right. I think you're putting too much energy into this. Too much? I reach out for the stapler, but he pulls back. So you get your revenge, and then what? I reach out again, but he dodges me. Dr. Frank, then what? Then then I'll be happy, and they will recognize what amazing work I've done, and... Again, I reach for the stapler, but to no avail. Iggs, we don't have time for this! When will you have time for this, Dr. Frake? I tried to ask you 2 days ago and a week before that, but you keep avoiding the question. What are you going to do now, after you take your revenge? Well, then everyone will love me, and they'll accept me back into the university, and Dominic will be so destroyed that he'll have to leave the country. And what if that doesn't happen? Dr. Frake? Ugh, I don't know, Iggs. Now, can you please give me the damn stapler? He hands it to me, and I take it without looking him in the eye. Iggs was asking us some serious questions, and rightfully so. Arm! Arm! I quickly reattached it as best to my abilities. Now he's ready for the conference. And only a few minutes to spare until the presentation starts. Let's go! So here we are at the conference. Everyone is so ready to hear this. We arrived before Dominic's presentation, the conference brimming with people. To think that all of these people would have been looking up upon my research, at me, if only things had been different. If only Susie hadn't had that one unfortunate encounter with Headmaster Aaron. If only that professor hadn't threatened to report my work to the Queen's men, I could have been up there. Now where's that asshole? Just then, the current presenter goes behind the curtains, and for a split second, I could see a certain brown-haired man I could never forget. That asshole! I charge off, pushing through the crowd, exit the monster on my heels. We make it back behind the stage just in the nick of time. You! He sees me and takes a step back. Oh wow, what are you doing here, Frankenfurter? Yeah, what am I doing here? I'm here to take my revenge! Did what? You stole my research! Everything I worked so hard for, and now you're presenting to these people? And, what? Bro, can we talk about this later? I'm like 5 minutes away from doing this thing. Yeah! Fuck you! You broke my heart! Dude, are you still hung up about that? But, what? I mean, it was like, what, 2 weeks tops? Well, fuck you! And now I have something even better! I glance behind me to present my new and better improved boyfriend, but he's still off with the crowds, him and Iggs fighting to slip behind the stage. I made an entirely new creature, a new life form. He's better than you. He's more handsome and more affectionate and listens to me when I speak, and he's just a million times better than you are in every way. Cool. So I'm going to do my presentation now. But aren't you intimidated? Speechless as how I've completely moved on from you and you are nothing but a mistake. Yeah, that's good, bro. So I'm gonna do my presentation. He turns to leave, but I follow on his heels. Your awesome presentation? Don't you mean my awesome presentation? You stole it from me. That's why I'm doing all this, you see. Taking my revenge. Yours? I mean, it's based on your research, but it's still my experiment. Don't worry, I cited you the bibliography of the paper. Suddenly the crowd starts clapping and a man pulls back the curtain, motioning for Dominic to go onto the stage. Look, I gotta go. But that's my research! Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, I hit the wheel, hold on. But that's my research! Okay, there we go, we're back to normal. I accidentally hit the wheel. That happens sometimes. I rushed to stop him from going out there, from claiming my research as his own. But just then... Mr. Frank! I turn around to see it's Headmaster Aaron. What the hell are you doing here? Iggs has finally caught up with the monster, both out of breath. And what the hell is that? He gestures towards the monster, who just staring at his missing hand. You people, you fools! Stand back. I did the impossible. I have an incredible experiment that will revolutionize the nature of humanity! I created the world's first artificial life form. And I'm going to go out there and change this loveless, cruel world! That man, he stole my research. My research, are you hear? I'm not going to let any of you step all over me again! Mr. Frank, Mr. Nillian is an esteemed member of our doctorate program, and any such claims of plagiarism are to be taken seriously. If you truly wish to pursue this further, and this isn't yet again another one of your outbursts, you can take this up with... Just then, the crowd burst out in a sound from the other side of the curtains, and I turned to look. There's a bird flying around out there. Somehow, he'd been able to reanimate it. God help us! All of a sudden, people start moving. Stagehands are running off whispering amongst themselves. Don't mention this creation you've brought with you to anyone, Mr. Frank. What? But I'm here to present... Would you shut up for once? The Queen herself is in attendance tonight. Is she? It's been all over the papers! Oh, I guess we should have read that newspaper earlier. Suddenly, a few armored guards rush past, shoving their way onto the stage where a bewildered Dominic stands. The headmaster pulls me back, further out of sightlines of the ominous-looking guardsmen. Look, Mr. Frank, we've tolerated a lot of your shenanigans in the past, despite what we have told you multiple times regarding the legality of your work. But what is invention in the face of... Despite multiple warnings, you have continued to pursue illegal research, and now you have passed the same illegal research on to one of our students. But technically he stole it. We didn't pass it on. He stole it. There's a difference. The guardsmen have begun to run up stagehands, lining them up next to Dominic, most likely to arrest them. If you don't say anything, they won't arrest you too. Two? Some yelling breaks out from the stage. It's Dominic's yelling at the guardsmen. One of them pushes the other, and suddenly the three of them are fighting. Our eyes lock. It's not mine! It's his! His! He makes a lunge towards me, but one of the guardsmen hits him, and he falls to the ground. I suggest you leave. People have started to scream. What in the world is even going on out in the audience? Dr. Freak, we need to go! But my revenge... Iggs grabs my hand and pulls me away. We make it out of town just in time. There are fires dotting the horizon in the direction of Hindenburg University. Holy shit, there are fires already? Damn! What the hell happened? We're lucky to have escaped, you know. Oh! Butterfly! The monster runs off to chase an insect. So, what now, Dr. Frank? Now that the university has realized the error of its ways and Dominic has been forced out of the country, and that everyone loves you and nothing bad will ever happen again. I don't know, okay? I don't know what the hell I'm going to do now. The university will never accept now. I wonder if that was a typo. What I meant to say, accept me now. I glance towards the fires that have broken out in town. And that asshole! He didn't even... Can I make a suggestion? Since you didn't say no. You've grown up in this town your whole life, right? The mansion was your grandmother's from what I remember. So what? So this is your hometown, and it's the only place you've ever lived. And maybe it would be good to get some perspective. I mean, everyone here knows that you're the weird guy who lives in a creepy mansion in the woods and is obsessed with illegal research. You don't have to put it that way. There's a program I know just over the border in Espington that specializes in plant regeneration. My boyfriend went to university there and mentioned it. I know it's not, exactly the same exact research as what you've been doing, but you could probably find some use for it in your own experiments. So what? Are you saying I should just, I don't know, go there instead? Well, yes. So I have to go to a completely different country to even find a place I would recognize my genius? Dr. Frank, I'm saying maybe it's time to get out of your house and stop obsessing over your revenge, over making other people like you. Not to mention that if you manage to blow up a laboratory building again, it would be much easier to avoid the repercussion of it happened in another country. But the people of Espington are so stuffy and snotty and... watch your step. Butterfly! Butterfly! The monster comes charging over again, chasing a ball that is clearly not a butterfly. Just then I realize that Cilios has followed the monster over to us. Oh, I see we meet again, Dr. Frank. Can we help you with anything? Papa! Butterfly pretty! Oh, I had just happened to see your cute child here running through the church grounds. I was a bit worried about him falling into a ditch or even one of the unearthed graves. I haven't a clue as to where they came from. Yeah, I wonder who did that. And also, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but were you discussing Espington? Yeah, we were. I'm actually from Espington originally. In fact, if there's anything you need to know, I would love to help. That's very generous of you, but it was just a thought. I'm not sure if Dr. Frank is even going to move there. Yes, I would love to know. Please tell me everything. Eggs is just like, of course, you fucking asshole. Of course. Very well. Feel free to ask me anything, Dr. Frank. Butterfly pretty! The monster shoves a dead insect into my face. At a later time, of course. We ought to be getting back to the house. Right. I wave goodbye to Cilios as we head back up to the mountain. 2 months later. Oh, our hair, it's somewhat more calm. Ask me that question again. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Having cracked the code of animal regeneration and about to be entering clinical trials on testing on humans. Maybe you should leave out the human experimentation part, Dr. Frank. But otherwise, great. I think you're ready to go. Do I look okay? Maybe more gel on your hair. There's no way that's going to stay down for a whole trip over there. But I already used the whole jar. Oh, maybe just try not to touch it then. Boing. I guess not. Sure enough, moments later my hair reverts back to its original form. So much for that. Don't worry about your hair, Dr. Frank. I'm sure you'll do just fine. Oh yeah, if you say so. Are you ready to go? I think Cilios will be here in a few minutes. He's helping you across the border, right? Dr. Frank? You seem kind of out of it there for a second. I don't know. Still feeling apprehensive. What if I'm just making a fool of myself? Or they already know who I am and are just going to reject me anyway? It would be pretty cruel to invite someone to an interview if you know you're just going to reject them right away. And even if that were the case, that would say more about them than you, right? If you say so. I don't know. I keep thinking maybe it would be better to just stay home and work on experiments. It just feels so weird to be doing this. Why? Because, I mean, I don't normally do this, you know? It's dumb. I'm sure I look dumb to other people. I have better things to do than dress up fancy and have people with inferior intellect tell me what to think. What did we say about your manners? Oh, sorry. It won't come out in the interview. Good. Just give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? I suppose. I take a deep breath. Yeah, at least I could gain some intel as to the Esbitoon scientific process while I'm over there. And you won't be alone either. I'm sure Cilios can help you get to where you need to be. Somebody fell asleep. Suddenly, there's a knock on the front door. Visitor! Visitor! Monster, don't open that! Too late, he's already rushing off to open the door. Oh, well, at least we know who's at the door this time. Are you ready, Dr. Frank? I happen to glance at my reflection in the mirror. I set my face into a determined look. It's something to try, if nothing else. A way to waste time. But I have no idea what's going to happen. Maybe something will, maybe not. And although I don't want to admit it to Iggs, the act of having something to do besides trying to embrace a university that turned its back on me felt like a breath of fresh air. I smile. Ready as I'll ever be. The end. And so, that is the one of 2 endings to Dr. Frank's Build-A-Boyfriend. Yeah, I was kind of surprised there was actually 2 endings. But that's most likely the one you'll get if you don't kind of pay attention. But how do we get the second one? Second ending, you say? Well, let's load up our original save and take a look. And just quickly brush through this. Because we need to go back to the house. Wait a minute. I just realized, do I still have the weed grower? Yes, I do. I need to get rid of that. Alright, there's weeds everywhere. Alright. I was supposed to go back to the house with a weed killer and that would have instantly killed me, so don't want that. So we shall go into the study. And as you recall, there's a dictionary. And as I said, if you carry it around the house, the floor will crack open, you'll fall through and die. Wait! Its weight makes me instantly regret this decision! God, this is impossible! But, as we saw with the weed killer, or weed grower, if you just enter the outside world, you're fine. Now, let's take a look at these books. So as you recall, we couldn't read them last time. This time we should use it on this. I use the dictionary on the books. What in the world? They're books about necromancy! But these aren't supposed to exist anymore. They burned everything. I would have done anything to get my hands on these. What it would have done for me in my research, and it just shows up out of the blue like this? This is impossible. I flip one open. Ah! Oh my god, look at these old formulas and detailed descriptions of known spells. It has everything! But how? And in Chaldean Church, they're the ones who spearheaded the crusade against this sect of magic. How did... What in the world? I put the books back to where they were and leave the dictionary on the shelf, keeping a mental note of what I've seen. So yeah, knowing the information about the books decides what ending you get. And I get the feeling Cilios kinda knows it. I mean... Why wouldn't he? He seems kind of suspicious about everything. Hi there, Dr. Frank. And so with that, we get the option to ask him about it. The books in the church, are those yours? Has anyone ever told you that you have very cute expressions? Stop evading my questions! The books, are they yours? Just answer the question. Yes, I suppose they are. Ah. They're necromancy texts. Which has been banned and widely prosecuted. Or persecuted. Where did you get them? Have you any experience with the field? What a question. Wasn't like he hadn't seen me in the graveyard the other night digging up bodies. You seem to be struggling there a bit, Dr. Frank. Shut up! Pardon if I insulted you. No, you didn't. You haven't said anything this whole time. Of what? Last night, you saw us digging up those bodies, but you haven't said anything at all about that. I stole pants out of your donation box. I ripped someone's arm off in front of you. Did you want me to make reference to that incident? No, I didn't. Then I don't see what the issue is. Ugh! Look, if you're going to call the authorities on us, you could just do it. I wouldn't call the cops on you, Dr. Frank. You're infuriating to talk to, you know? I'm sorry to hear that. If those books are yours, can I assume you've read them? You seem awfully interested in those books. You're never going to answer any of my questions, are you? My research is on something similar to necromancy. I never had any academic papers to go off of, not with what happened to them after the Edict of Tenenberry. So seeing those books, you could have easily traveled outside Jinel to places where magic isn't so strictly banned. Ha! You're right! Sure, studying magic in general is nigh to impossible, what with the form being banned, but necromancy has been banned everywhere. Even if I hadn't left the country, it would have been the same. Would it have? I look up at him. He has an interesting look on his face. Humans have a fascinating capacity to preserve their own past. If a government says something must be destroyed, that will ensure that someone out there will try to preserve it, for better or worse. It seems that the only things that truly die are those that evoke little feelings. Cilios? What is it? You just seem sad. Forgive me. I didn't realize that was how I was coming off. You're free to read those books. By the way, I know that the information they contain is incredibly rare. It sounds like it would help your own personal research. Which? He leans in closer to me. Can you tell me a little more about it? I'm a bit curious to hear what sort of research you're conducting. And with that, we get a rather brush transparent to a flashback. So here's Dominic, and we're telling about him about our research, or he's asking about it. Wow, your research sounds cool. Can you tell me a bit more about it? No! I push him away. Absolutely not! Is that why you're here? No one can see my research. Not again. Not again! I'm never going to let anyone see my research ever again! Dr. Frank, please. I'm sorry. Leave me alone! Well, that was rather sudden. Well, we still have an arm to get. And we still need him to go away, so we need to keep talking to him. I'm sorry, Dr. Frank. I don't want to talk to you. Is there anything I could help you with? I'm sorry, Dr. Frank. Let's see. Well, that should do it. Is that not it? Or do I have the arm? No, I don't. Huh. This is interesting. What am I supposed to do? Alright, I'm gonna pause right here for a second. Hold on one second. Okay, I think I got it this time. You were supposed to interact with all of these before doing anything. I don't know if I did that before or after my save that I did. Can't remember. So we just finished talking to him about the books, and you are not supposed to get the weed grower just yet at all. So my save was a bust pretty much. So I had to restart the whole thing. That was fun. So fortunately, if I went to the house with the weed grower, it would kill me. Even if it was just to pick up the dictionary, it would kill me, so I had to restart. That was fun. Really enjoyed it. But now in my inventory, we just finished getting rid of the book, the dictionary. That would also have killed us if we went back into the house. But we're gonna go head back and get the weed killer. Blah blah blah, we already know. Take the weed killer. And we just talked to the Cilios about the necromancy. Will you shut up? I'm not clicking that. Okay, there you go. Let's see. Thought I had to talk to him, but no, it doesn't look like it. Alright, use the weed griller on that. Oh, that certainly did some damage. Alright, now we go to the graveyard. Now he should leave. What? What? What the hell? Your fucking things are going. Why can't I talk to you? This should work. I have it open saying it's supposed to work. Oh my god, you fucking slut. It says right here. Go to conservatory. Wait. Get the dictionary on the shelf. Go to Hamburg. Enter the church. Use the dictionary. Go to graveyard. Talk to Cilios. You go to the server. Get the weed grower. Go to the church and use the thing. What the fuck? There we go, okay. Apparently I had to activate the fucking shovel on this. God. That was annoying. I just spent like 15 minutes trying to go through this because it's kind of just annoying. So you're supposed to get the dictionary first. Don't get the weed grower. And once you handle the dictionary first, then you go get the weed grower. If you get them both at the same time, you're screwed. Apparently. The flowers inside. Should I go get them? Yeah, there's weeds in the box with them. Thank you for telling me, Dr. Frank. I didn't mean anything by asking you. I mean... Aren't you leaving? I am. I'll go now. He left. Teary-eyed. God damn. All my troubles because of a fucking shovel. Seriously? Jesus Christ. Use that shovel. Get out of here. Ah! I can't believe how hard this is! And Iggs had made it look so easy! I tried digging for a few more minutes. More progress, or therefore lack of, is embarrassing. That's how I feel right now. I'm getting blisters! I stop, out of breath, and my hands hurting. Why am I doing this? To make history, for the advancement of human knowledge. Yeah, right. Hindenburg you, they were never interested in my research before. Why would they be now? They were interested enough in Dominic's work to give him a presentation slot. Damn it! What's wrong with me? Why won't anyone listen to me? All they do is tell me what a freak I am. The work I'm researching is illegal, immoral. What did Dominic have that I did it? What am I missing? Damn it! I throw the shovel down. It hits the dirt patch with a sad thud. Why did he leave? I miss him so much. I'm tired of being alone. Oh, I actually don't know who's talking. Dr. Frank? I'm assuming it's Cilios. I look up. Of course it's him. Yep, I was right. Cilios. Is something the matter? You're crying. Leave me alone. But I thought you said you didn't want to be alone. Fuck, he had heard me. What do you want? I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I'm sorry. No, you're not. If you are sorry, you just leave me alone. We're silent for a few awkward moments. Why won't he just leave already? Oh, we get a nice little picture. Instead, he sits beside me near the small hole I had dug for myself. With him sitting there, just silently, a peaceful wind blowing. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so peaceful. It's nice. Suddenly I can't hold it back anymore. I just... Dr. Frank? I hate everything! I hate them! Well, who do you hate? Them! The villagers, my dead professors, my colleagues! I hate them! They shunned me! I tried so hard. They kept telling me to be myself, so I did! I did! And they turned around and fucking cast me out! I'm not even a fucking doctor. I'm a sham. I'm nothing. Nothing! He puts his arms on my shoulder, and I sob messily into his pristine white jacket. He doesn't move me away, though. We stay like that for a few minutes, until I can breathe regularly again. So as you can tell, it's a huge difference. Iggs the one who had to take us down from Cloud 9, but this time around, we did it ourselves. I need to tell you something, Dr. Frank. But please don't mention this to anyone else. I came here looking for something. Oh? Or someone. My heart skips a beat. I came here to this town to find you, Dr. Frank. Huh? What? Are you a stalker? I need to explain myself. So, I think we both have stumbled onto secrets about ourselves that we wouldn't like the other to know. You've been digging up body parts to use in your illegal resurrection experiments. That boyfriend of yours I met, right? And you found my collection of necromancy books. Suddenly, there's a quiet rustle behind us in the bushes. I look around, but see nothing. I'm sorry, was there something else you were going to say? Sorry, I was just working up my courage. You see, I trust you with this information, Dr. Frank. I will not say anything about your own experiments if you do not mention this to anyone else. Well, I've used those books. In experiments? No, I'm afraid I'm no scientist, Dr. Frank. I'm a magic user. Huh. Again, there's a rustle, but nothing's there. I'm really sorry to interrupt, but did you hear anything? Oh, no, I didn't. I should just get to the point. Dr. Frank, A loud growl bursts out from right behind me. I turn around and see... Ah! What the fuck is that? A zombie? I quickly reach for the shovel, hoping to protect myself. Wait! Stop! Tishy, stop! I told you to wait outside of town with the others. But master, people from town keep chasing us away with pitchforks. And it's cold and damp here and Suzanne's leg fell off a day ago. Can we just go home? That's what everyone keeps asking. We just want to go home. Tishy, not yet. We can't go home yet. There's still business I have to attend to. And you are to return to the others. Do you understand? But master... Tishy! I choose you to lead them in my absence, but you're making me regret that choice. No, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Go now. I'll come find you later tonight. I know it's hard on you and your siblings to camp out like this, but please, for me. Of course, Master. We're sorry. We love you and we hope you find that mysterious force you were looking for. Silius hugs the zombie before it saunters off into the underbrush it appeared from. What the fuck just happened? So, I'm a necromancer. Oh, that explains it. I had to turn away, my face burning. Sorry, I know that was a lot to take in. He chuckles. He begins to assist the goats, but someone cuts him off. Papa! Mama! It's my boyfriend, with Iggs. Dr. Frank, what's taking you so long? We're going to miss the presentation entirely at this point. Huh? Alright, the presentation. My revenge! Right. I jump onto my feet, trying to avoid Cilio's line of sight, suddenly feeling self-conscious. Shovel! Shovel! I try to resume my work, but find that it's just as hard as I remember. Instead, Iggs comes over and quickly finishes in no time flat. Thanks. In response, he hands me the arm as well as a stapler, gesturing towards my boyfriend's stump. Well, any port in a storm, right? Oh, wait a moment. Silius comes rushing over, looking at the arm I'm holding. Dr. Frank, I didn't know he was here. I'm sorry, you see, this isn't what it looks like. It's okay, Iggs. He knows what's going on. What? Can I see that for a second? I hand the arm to him, almost dropping it as our hands brush against each other. He quickly says some words I don't understand, and the arm takes on a vibrant glow. There, it won't fall off this time. You won't be needing that stapler either. Ah, well, nice, Cilios. You're cool. You're a cool dude. He's looking at the stapler quizzically. I will say, Dr. Frank, I am utterly surprised and impressed by you and your assistant's creativity. I never could quite seen a reanimation with the features you've given your boyfriend here. He's beautiful, isn't he? He's beautiful, is it? He's interesting. Ig stifles a laugh with a cough. I shoot him a glare. Even Studios can't even bullshit that. He's like, yeah, I can bullshit a lot of things, but I can't bullshit this. I can't even try. There. All better now. Cilios has attached the arm back to the boyfriend, who looks brand new. Also, in the future, he gestures towards the boyfriend's chest, I suggest using body parts that are relatively fresher than these. Ideally when the body has bloated, but before the skin slippage has let the myriage out of the bones. Yeah, I'm with Eggs. What? I have no idea what he just said, but okay. Oh, forgive me. Here I am babbling on again. You were late for something, weren't you? Ah! Yes, we were. Iggs, let's go. We ran off towards Hindenburg. But I quickly looked back to see Cilio standing outside of the church with a serene-looking smile on his face. My heart can't stop beating. Bump bump, bump bump, bump bump. 15 minutes later. Ah, so we get the exact same picture, except this time, looks like Dominic is presenting. I can see that asshole. Even from back here, I could tell that he's wearing that stupid smile of his. He's about to start the experiment. I could tell by the crowd's voices. There's so many people here. We're pushing through the crowd, but all I can see is him. He looks the same, even though it feels so long since the last time we met. His face, his posture, everything seems so familiar to me, yet now with a caustic feel. I can't take my eyes off of him. I hate him so much. As we get closer to the front of the crowd, I notice that there's a dead bird in front of him. He's leaning over it now, those gorgeous locks of his falling over his eyes, brushing the side of his face like I had looked at so much before. And suddenly, the crowd is gasping. The bird is flying and I can't move anymore. Dr. Frank, what are you doing? We need to crash this presentation. That's your research. Huh, Eggs, you seem pretty adamant about destroying this presentation, whereas the other ending, you were against it. My feet have frozen. There's a pit at the bottom of my stomach. He looks so happy. Did my research do that? Is he happy because of me? Is he happy with me? Of course he was able to pull off the experiment flawlessly. I had shown him how to do it. Dr. Frank! Birdie! I shouldn't be happy at this moment. Everything in my heart is telling me I shouldn't be, but I am. The crowd is electric. The same crowd that had told me that I had to leave. That what I was doing was immoral. That I wasn't welcome there. Had I finally done it? Was I finally going to be acknowledged? I looked back at the stage. He had seen me. Our eyes met and his face changes. Almost as if he'd seen an unsavory bug. That fucker, how rude. I hate him so much! Couldn't have said it better myself, Dr. Frank. Iggs is ahead of me, already climbing onto the stage, the monster on his tail. Hello? Can everyone hear me? This isn't this man's research. The crowd goes quiet. The bird continues to fly around, seemingly confused as to its new living state. I make it up onto the stage as well. The monster will struggle to make them. This monster still struggling to make the jump. There's not a single sound in the auditorium now, save for the flirting of the wings. All eyes are on me. Dominic walks all over, a strange look on his face. Frankfurter, bro, you came out of your house. I'm sort of in the middle of my big presentation right now. You know, thesis project for our medical school. I'm sure you remember that, or wait, did you flag out before then? I can't remember. Anyway, if you could get off the stage... He roughly lays his hand on my shoulder. This is my research. The grip of my shoulder tightens and I flinch in pain. Bruh, don't mumble. What did you say? I take a deep breath. This is my research! The crowd begins to whisper words I can't understand. Something moves in the audience. Dominic shoves me, his face angrier than I've ever seen it. It's not a good look on him. Frankie, come on, man, don't do this. We had some really nice times together, right? All the words I was prepared to throw at him catches in my throat. He leans in closer. I learned a lot from you, you know. I really could have done all this without you. Thank you, Frankie. You're such a smart guy. Cute, too. I'm glad you have been able to work with you. Isn't this what I wanted? I just wanted him to like me. For him to look at me with amazement when I told him of all the things I was able to discover. But not like this. I never wanted it like this. Dominic begins to walk away while readdressing the audience, apologizing for this confusing individual who had wandered onto the stage. He continues to explain how his presentation worked. The crowd's noise had taken on a worrying tone. Something is wrong. Dr. Frank! What was I doing? I can't let this farce continue. I slapped my face, getting myself motivated to what I was about to do. I rushed to the center of the stage before Dominic could say anything. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you enjoyed the demonstration my assistant Dominic here put on. Assistant? However, there's nothing compared to what I'm about to show you. Behold! I point to where the monster is still trying to climb up onto stage. He's getting one foot up, but still struggling to raise the rest of his body. Well, behold in a couple of seconds. Iggs rushes over to help him get all the way up onto the stage. There we go! I love the face. Iggs just like, ugh. So happy. This man here is the world's first artificial life form. The crowd erupts in noise. It's a good noise, I think. No longer do you have to put up with lousy, ugly, inattentive boyfriends. Now you can make your own, fully customizable to whatever tastes you may have. This, I point to the monster who has come over to stand next to me, is the future of dating! I take a moment to soak in the audience's reaction. They seem confused and scared. Well, it wasn't what I had dreamed about, but truly innovative inventions were often met with confusion at first, right? They'll come around. Right? Boyfriend, why don't you say a few words to the audience? I love my papa! Children! You can make your own customizable children as well! Ha 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 ha! Mr. Frank! Suddenly a furious-looking, one-handed man appears from behind the curtains on the stage. Ahead, Mr. Arion! You need to leave immediately! But I am... The curtain drops. A few armored men appear behind him. Too late. Bad! Scared! The men grab Iggs and the monster and hold them back while the headmaster looks at me with a disappointed look. Dr. Frank! Wait, you're still going to pass me, right? Mr. Nelian, we gave you this opportunity under the assumption that you are going to do independent research, not steal someone else's. I didn't steal. And on top of that, you just presented highly illegal research in front of the Queen herself. Mr. Frank. He turns to me, a sad look on his face. We at Edinburgh University have done a lot over the past 8 years to prevent this from happening, despite informing you multiple times of the legality of the field of research you were pursuing. But this is important. What are laws in the face of... Despite the illegal nature of your work, we have turned a blind eye, leaving you to your own devices. We don't typically like the capital getting in your own personal business, but now... The two armored men had finished handcuffing Iggs and the monster, both of who were looking at me with frightened eyes. Other armed men had begun to make their way towards me. Our hands are tied in this matter, Mr. Frank, and for that, I'm sorry. The armored men moved to put handcuffs on both Dominic and I. My heart sinks. But bro, do a pass. Do a pass, that's all I care about. Do a pass. Why does Dominic want to be a doctor anyway? Like, he clearly doesn't have the brains for it, so why bother being a doctor? That's a horrible thought. Under the laws of Edict and Teneberry, we arrest you for... A crash rings out from behind the stage. We all turn and see that one of the armored men had fallen down. He doesn't move to get back up. The man who put the handcuffs on me goes back to investigate, and suddenly a figure topples him. Now in clear sight is the zombie Cilios had called Tishy. An undead! More of her siblings shuffled in from behind the curtain, emitting an ominous moan. Look what you have done! Your research has attracted the attention of unholy creatures! How rude. Cilios steps out from behind some of his own creatures, looking a bit irritated. Cilios! Dr. Frank, it seems you've gotten yourself in a troubling situation. Would you like me to help you? Yes, please! He smiles that stupid, cute smile he always does and moves forward, the rest of his creatures swarming the remaining armed guards, tearing them down. He reaches for the handcuffs around my hands, but stops. Why did you stop? What is it? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking you look quite good like this. Oh. Well, Cilios. We're into this handcuffing kinkiness? Did not know about that. Oh, maybe we'll keep that information for later use. What? My, did I say that out loud? Excuse me. Oh, look, he's even blushing. He places his hands on the cuffs and suddenly they turn hot. Yet don't burn my skin. Next thing I know, they're melting off my hands. Ah! Sorry, I should have warned you, but it didn't hurt, did it? No, it didn't. I was just surprised. Good. I rub my wrists to get them feeling normal again. Wow, am I really glad he's here? Yo, can you do that to mine? She just gives him a look for a second, then turns back to me. What do you think? Huh? From what I can gather, the two of you have history. Should I let him go or not? Well, if we want the ending we want, we say, fuck him! No! No way, let him burn in hell as far as I care. Leave him. Leave this fucker alone. Certainly. Seriously? You're just gonna let me get taken away by God knows who? Well, you did present illegal research. Your research? Ha! You freely admitted it, you fucker! You're a piece of shit, you know that? You always were. Fuck you, bro, and you too, Mr. Demon. Oh no, that's Dominic. Fuck you, bro, and you too, Mr. Demon. Celia snaps around to stare at Dominic. That looked to have hit a nerve. Before Celius could say anything, however, a few of his own creatures mobbed Dominic, tearing at his hair and clothes. No, he's a guest of Dr. Frank's. Be kind. But Mama... Mama? Oh no! I look up and see that my boyfriend has mingled himself with the rest of Celios' horde. They seem to be having a grand time. My, how sweet! Isn't it, Dr. Frank? Or should I say, Papa? You're bright pink. Sorry, Dr. Frank. You're just so fun to tease. It's okay. I sort of have a fetish for that, though. Oh god, what am I saying? Why does it feel like my heart is jumping out of my chest at any second? So you really do roll over anyone who shows you a little attention, huh, Frankie? The words catch me in my throat. Iggs runs over to me, an exasperated look on his face. I'm glad you were able to have one last chat with the love of your life, but we need to go. Looked like more guards were making their way towards the stage. You had to move fast. If there's anything you gotta tell him, now's the time. But, look at him tied up there. I couldn't think of anything to say. Felt pathetic. No, there isn't. Pats me on the shoulder. We should... our voice. We should probably get going then. I can hear Dominic yelling words at me as we flee. I try to keep my eyes forward as we head toward the mansion. 3 hours later. Do you have everything? I look at the myriad bags that his creatures are holding, each carrying the only personal belongings I'll have for the immediate future. No, but it's not like I can take the rest of my research with me. Don't worry, it'll be here for you when you get back. We hid it well enough that I doubt anyone were to find the remnants of your research. A few of the creatures holding Susie calls out to Cilios for help. It seems the plant bit off a creature's arm. Again. He would be trouble to carry long distances, but Cilios reassures me that he could just as easily retouch anything that the plant would bite off. Yes, I'll be there just a moment after this. One of the creatures seems to be looking over and waves back at me, calling me Papa. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And what about you, Sir Iggs? Are you sure you'll be alright? Absolutely. I'm especially happy for the extra vacation time. Paid vacation time, right, Dr. Frank? He shoots me a look, and I do everything in my power to avoid. It doesn't work. I wish you all the happiness with your boyfriend then. This will all blow over in a few months or so. Or at least to my experiences. Maybe even sooner if what that headmaster was saying was true. I didn't realize they had done all that just for me. Cilius puts his hand on my arm. I look up at him. Damn, it's that pretty smile of his again. Are you sure you'll be alright, Dr. Frank? You're welcome. That was weird. Can I... Hold on a second. You sure you're Dr. Frank? You're welcome. Alright. I just had to really look at that. I wonder if there's like a skipped text right there or something. I don't know. He just barely squeaks out the words before continuing. To join my boyfriend and I at his house. Oh, okay. I get it now. You're welcome. To join my boyfriend and I at his house if you wanted to. I'm... Iggs begins to fidget, clearly hoping I won't take him up on his offer. I think I'll be fine. It'll be fun to learn from him all about the necromancy art. I can implement it back into my work when I get back. I can't wait to see that. And I'll be seeing you. Iggs waves me goodbye, taking off down the hill. It's just Cilios and I left, as well as our collective children. Cilios leaves to help rearm the zombie that had called out before. Seeing him there with Susie and his own monsters. Have I made a mistake? Dominic's words, they kept coming back to me. So you really do reel over anyone who shows you a little attention, huh, Frankie? Was I blind because he was just paying me some attention? Was I rolling over again? He would leave once I told him all I knew. I needed to stop thinking about him. This was all just business. Because if I let it be anything else, the same thing would happen, just like Dominic. I frowned. With that, I think we're ready to go. I looked up. I didn't even see him come back. Dr. Frank? What? You seem sad. Are you missing your home? Or are you having second doubts about coming with me? You are, it seems. It's okay, Dr. Frank. We barely know each other. It's natural. But I'm looking forward to learning more about you on our travels. There it is again. His smile. At this rate, I was going to like him, but doesn't he just want my research? What if you don't like what you find? What if you don't like what you find about me? Touché. I can't promise you much, Dr. Frank, but I will promise you this. I will not let any harm befall you while you are in my company and away from your home. You are, of course, more than free to leave our party at any time. We both have things we would like to learn from each other. It's a beneficial arrangement. Why not see where that takes us? Could I trust him? Go with him and learn what he says? He can teach me, but I barely know him. He could just as easily turn out like Dominic, or even worse. True, he could turn out even worse because he is freaking magic. But I look at him. He could turn out differently. Perhaps. Or perhaps not. But even still, the words kept echoing in my head. Why not? I reach out and tentatively take his hand. A chance. A chance that perhaps things would be different. Why not? The end. Aww. So that is the extra ending. A nice little teaser of these two getting together. Whereas Dominic gets his just desserts. But yeah. Can't believe that part was kind of annoying. I thought I could get everything at once and do it all at once, but no. You have to get the dictionary, then get the freaking way to kill her. That was annoying. I'd spent like, again, 10 to 15 minutes trying to find out what to do. I'm like, this is so weird. Why isn't it working? Oh, that was annoying. But a simple and sweet little game. I do like how it's not just a visual novel. It does add other elements, like you can explore the house and do like a search around, as well as like make your own boyfriend. So I like those little mechanics that kind of made it a little bit different and kind of spruce things up a bit. So, story-wise, it's fine. It's not the greatest in the world, and I do find it's okay, just like simple and sweet. But I do like the Doctor. I just love how eccentric he is throughout this whole entire thing. But anyway, this has been Let's Play Dr. Frank's Build-A-Boyfriend! I am Tara the Fox. You are the viewer. And I hope to see you next time.